Can you hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get that? Oh, yeah. It's still going, man.
Still going, man.
Still going. It's the Doncast.
Welcome.
Oh, I'm moving my microphone. This is happening behind me.
Yeah,
good. Turn that down.
We're going episode 5 here, right? Chapter 5.
We're 4? 5.
Chaptisode 5. I think this is 5.
I think you're right. I think episode 4, we looked at Don Lone's project, Volume 2, Part 1, tracks 1 through 8.
Correct.
And here we're going to do 9 through 16.
Ooh, here we go, man. We're halfway through.
You say, no, we're a third of the way through. We're going to have to do another episode to cover the last of DLP VT V2. Hey!
DLP VT B2 B2. Happy April.
Happy April 420.
That's right.
Is what it is.
That's right. This is our inaugural 420 episode. This is great.
Well, we've never done a 420 episode before, but we have gathered.
We've never had an episode on an April. That's true. We have. That's true.
Yeah. You know.
I don't know. It was never any big to do. I think we just hooked up some wires and.
That was for those hipsters up in Burlington.
We just hooked up some wires.
Who needs a park?
I don't need no parks.
Yeah, I don't mind saying
it's like I feel like
cannabis is fun, and 420 was a way to recognize it when it wasn't so legal.
Right, but I feel more like George Bailey in this. You know, I don't need any plastics. You know.
Exactly. I don't need any ground floors.
No ground floors.
I was there for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So here we are, DLP VT V2.
This is DLP episode number 2, volume 2, episode 2 of that. And we're doing
4 of the total.
Of the total. Great. Let's get right into it.
Well, I'm queuing it up here, Steve. Wait a minute.
Steve.
We're not sure if you're awake or asleep.
What makes a concert hall have that special
very hard to hear
sound? And it's the phenomenon that can transform the relatively dead acoustics of your present listening environment into the reverberant realism of a concert hall. First, we will start with the mono signal on one channel and add the reverberant signal on the other channel. We will then switch the reverberant signal in and out.
That's track number 9.
That's track 9.
Number 9. What is that called?
Ooh, what is it called?
Echo?
You're probably right. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's Echo.
Wait a minute. Hold on. My phone wants to play the next tune already. Number 9. That's your own composition. It's 57 seconds.
Mixman Studio production.
Mixman Studio Pro. Who is that woman's voice?
That is an old ad for, I believe, Macintosh amplifiers.
Echo.
Yeah, and they sold a reverberation unit.
Macintosh? A Mackie?
Yes, and they sold these reverberation tanks that you could add on to your present listening environment.
I have a Pioneer model of that. I used to have a Pioneer tube.
Yeah, the Magic Rainbow, right?
Yeah, well, I strongly recommend anybody seek out a Sansui Magic Rainbow.
Yeah, they're really good.
You can drop it and get a crash. You can also do that with a Hammond Spinet.
It doesn't break, though.
Nah, the Hammond will hold up longer than the Sansui. Are you ready for the next track? It's probably longer. 24 people have heard it.
Whoa, bring it on.
think I've got all the echo I can muster. Can you hear that?
Yes, I'm using my mute.
All right, I've had enough.
Well, he's over it, folks.
I'm over it. That's my original tune called Charged.
I like that song. I've always liked that song.
Yeah, I mean, its flaw is that it has a very large phaser on some obscure track that it just keeps going, and it's like eating the mix. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I know. I still love it though. I love the way it starts. Charged by our episode.
Yeah, the drums are a little inventive. I wonder how they were done.
Could be Mixman.
We could ask that guy. Here's track 11. Maybe.
Future Man.
This is a good one. I want to stop it before the solo because it's so good.
Man, that's good stuff.
Isn't that great?
This featuring one of your siblings.
That's right, my sister Liz.
Future woman.
That's right. And recorded in Bennington, I believe.
Yep. She came to visit you, and then you brought her over, I think.
And there were some wild hand drums and a few different guitars.
Yep.
There's bass.
Yeah, it's full band.
It's a full band. I mean, we didn't pre-drum set days.
There's a drum set in there.
Is there?
Yeah, no, I think we're I think it's like weeks away from getting Dan Pine cymbals at this point in the timeline.
We're only a minute 16 in out of 420.
But it's definitely that child snare where the rattlers are pushed up on like an elbow and a spring that comes up out of the shell. It's really, really fabulous.
Classic Motown sound. Here's the
Motown sound.
I thought there was a car in there.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that was great.
There's a lot of stuff about the future.
Yeah, can we explain this? I mean, I make a mistake in the future, but I'm so good I can see it coming.
Well, it's because you're like time traveling. You're
Therefore,
so
it's
good.
not a mistake.
Well, yes, exactly.
This is complicated.
This is complicated.
I mean, but you know what's not, but really is, are your acoustic guitar breaks. The entire band stops for you to extremely bend a string. It's fantastic.
It's like blum, 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 blum.
Now, the last time it was wow, wow, wow. I mean,
That's
so
true.
but
I do want to say though that the slide guitar parts that's an old studio trick.
Studio trick in what way?
It's a regular electric guitar, and you just jammed a pencil up under the nut of the guitar.
Did you?
And then played it.
The nut?
No. We just jammed a number 2 pencil up under the nut, and then tighten the strings back up, and it grooves itself, and then you just play it with a slide.
Wow, I remember that. For this track.
Yeah, it gets you high enough off the frets so you don't fret out anywhere, and it still has pretty good intonation. So that's a good quick little trick. You can do a lot of other stuff with it, utilizing a volume pedal and some chorus. It makes it sound really good.
Nice. Tip of the day.
That's your tip of the day right there. Your studio tip of the day. We should start doing that segment.
Well, there it was. Was that the Sea Wasp?
Oh, yes. It's always a Sea Wasp.
Legendary Sea Wasp. I want to hear more of that slide guitar. I hope we get it in the last 2 minutes.
Who knows? Goodness gracious.
I know.
Esteban.
Wow. Did you hear that fuzz bass in there?
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I love
Wow. Juicy fuzz bass in the B part of Future
I love
Man.
the clapping, the Cordoba type of clapping. That's really fun.
Yeah, we're very into Latin rhythms here on DLP Volume 2.
That's some Spanish shit right there.
I said it correctly.
Jesus Christ, that'll give you a headache.
Yeah, why did we feel like that needed to be there?
C part. We were over B parts.
The lyric was when you're living in the future, you don't need the past.
Right.
Which I don't know if that's very true. You do need.
Well, but I mean, I've never lived in the future. Have you? How would you know? Maybe.
Well,
maybe you don't
now.
Well, there's
anyone listening to this.
They're not living in the future. This is all in the past.
The beginning of this podcast is now their past.
This whole thing is
collective history.
That's what
that song was about. Our collective history.
I agree.
With time.
What's our next one?
It's track 12.
Richard Scary takes the mic. That's a good one.
forces everyone to hike. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care to lend a hand. Here he comes, here he goes. Where he comes from, no one knows. Why he does the things he does, nobody knows.
Drink your big black cow to those chords.
Good shit. There he goes.
Where he comes from, no one knows. Why he does the things he does, nobody knows. Here he comes, there he goes. Richard Scary takes the mic.
Yes. Yes, man.
There's a few different people on a mic back there.
He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care to lend a hand. Richard Scary. Richard Scary.
Richard
Scary takes the mic. Richard Scary. Richard Scary. Richard Scary takes the mic. Take a hike. Richard Scary.
Dude,
So-
that's so good.
So that is the
Yours.
story about that one is that you found another one of those voice changing microphones and gifted it to me.
Oh, right.
And that was the track that came out of that.
Your first use of that voice changing microphone in a solo setting.
By myself, but more importantly, we each had one of the exact same thing.
It's true. Applause button.
Yep.
I've outgrown it, I feel. You know?
Not me. I like to hear applause.
You hook it up and entertain your wife? It's got built-in rhythm, like the band comes on.
No, we have a lyric about it too. It's like, I like to hear applause.
Yeah, it won't be the last appearance of that voice-changing microphone. I must comment, however, on your extensive guitar work in that song.
There's some weird stuff there.
There's some weird stuff there, but it's all very thought out. There's some real moo major chords.
Some moo major.
But there's like an acoustic ba-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Like that's going crazy. It's very well done, man. It's cool.
Well, no, a lot of this album has these shorter songs on them and more of them, which I think that was a really good thing that we got into for this whole record.
Right.
Because what did the last record have? Like 14 tracks or 12 tracks?
Right.
And this one has 24. Same length CD.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
80 minutes. We give you what you're asking for, which is as much as we can fit in.
If nothing else, give you a choice. You can skip this one. There's 10 or 12 other people.
Yeah, it is exciting. So here we are at track 13.
It's track 100. Oh, no.
The bells of hell ringing in my
we stop it there for a second and just let's
ahead.
tell the story behind this song. It's Mendon, Vermont.
Yes. I think this was my mother's house. Her apartment in Mendon, above the chiropractic office.
Right.
And
across from an Indian food place.
And Allen Pools and Spas.
That's right.
And right
Folks,
next door.
You could quiz us on our Vermont geography.
We got Rutland covered.
We got a lot. I can name a lot of roads, a lot of landmarks.
Oh, right across from Allen Pool and Spas. Oh, yeah.
That's right. Before
San
you get to
Frank Tobacco.
Yeah, we'll go there. We would end up tributing the entire Rutland region in a groundbreaking album. But
Songs of Yore.
that right now we're in Mendon, where the cops lie,
and that's where Officer Tift. Yeah, that's right. But
and the Pancake House is right down the strip.
That's right, Sugar and Spice, man.
Before you. I always feel like I'm getting on like a roller coaster right after that because you just start climbing. You climb Killington.
Yeah, that's your last chance to get some eggs in you before you puke your guts out driving over that road.
Right. Yeah. All right, so we're in Mendon. We're at your mom's apartment. We are recording on a laptop, maybe?
Laptop using the old tape recorder that also had like individual inputs for 2 channels.
Didn't the power go out?
No, that's another song.
Oh. All right, so there we are. And
that's when you run out of windows, but yes.
Oh, that's what. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was all in the 4 track.
Oh, boy.
But this was through the cassette player, but we weren't recording on the cassette. We would push record so it would pass the signal through, but also pause.
Are you sure your multi-track mini disc wasn't involved on this project?
No, I've never even owned one.
Didn't you? We recorded on your mini disc, though.
Yeah, a lot, but I've never owned a well, I have a stereo, but they're all stereo, so.
Right.
Yeah, 2-track mini disc. We've done that plenty of times.
Here we have a guitar, we have a keyboard, we have some bells. It's a set of chimes.
Child's like playtime chimes, I think.
Right.
And I think we fit the chords in around the chimes.
The bells are not very good. They really
no, they're terrible.
They hurt the song very much. And yet the song is a tribute to them.
Yep, and it keeps going
for a long time.
The choruses are good.
You mean these parts?
Yeah.
I love that chord.
It's a good chord. Good tuning chord.
Thought I'd lock the door to hell. No, still.
We have a lot of really weird songs, man.
Yeah, really like hard situational songs.
Good God, the mud and the hell. You Trouble Paris. That's fun guitar, though.
He's trying to break out of hell.
All right, let's stop right there.
Someone thinks they know how to play those bells. Just because they own them doesn't mean they know what they're doing with them.
Freedom isn't a license for chaos.
Oh, man.
Isn't that the deal?
Say that again?
Freedom isn't a license for chaos. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh my God, shut this off.
We're not that far into it, really.
I know, it's too far.
I got to know how it ends. Here's the end. Wait a minute. Oh, there's a Jack Nicholson bit at the end. Did you know that?
What?
Listen to this.
Oh, yeah.
What can you tell me about why you've been sent over here?
Well, as near as I can figure out, it's because I fight and fuck too much.
In the penitentiary?
No. You mean why?
Why did you get sent over here from the work farm?
Oh yeah. Well, I fight and fuck too much.
That's true.
That is true. No man alive can resist that. That's why I got in the jail to begin with. But now they're telling me I'm crazy over here because it don't make a bit of sense to me. If that's what being crazy is, then I'm senseless, out of it, gone down the road where I go. But no more, no less. That's it.
Wow. I'm not sure if I like that or not.
Well, I like it as its own thing, but I don't know that I like it
without the song Bells of Hell in front of it.
Yeah, we also cut that whole bit up because he says it doesn't. He fights and he fucks twice, which he never does in the movie, and I don't know what kind of choice it was on our part.
Yeah, I exactly.
We've never used a whole lot of cursing, I don't think.
We will.
Well, we do now. I mean, in this we will, but I don't think in the songs we haven't used too much of it.
Not at this period in our.
That's true. We do get into some pretty interesting.
It'll get pretty good. Don't worry, folks. Everyone's gone to the movies.
Yeah, the F-bombs are coming.
From the cable to the truck. Here we go. Track 14. I'm ready for it if you are.
I'm ready.
Oh, no, I'm not.
I owe it all to the bad.
So I'll talk about it while it plays. Lived in a place.
Come on, don't do that. Let them hear it.
Inside the circling and wanting into windows.
All right, so there's a certain amount of learning to singing into a microphone.
Sure.
That takes a lot of practice, and this track is a representation of not knowing how to do that and stay in tune.
Oh. I still love this song. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, these are the bats.
Right, with a bunch of banjo.
Mm-hmm.
This is modeled after the March of the Rotten Vegetables on the Flaming Lips Zurika.
For sure.
I guess I don't like this song, even though I wrote it, because it attributes "I owe it all to the bats," and that's not at all true. I lived in a house, and there were bats on the 4th floor.
Well, you owe that song to him.
Well, yeah, but that's not what the lyrics saying. It's.
I get it. That's what I take from it.
But yeah, when the bats show up, you should probably roll. That's
Just
a good
goes
rule.
to show you, though, you never know what the listener might think. You know.
That's right. That's right. Now, there is in the bonus category an instrumental bat song. I worked very hard, I remember, on something that had no vocals at all because I never really liked the lyrics, and I really like that instrumental bat song that you can find in the bonus.
I love the changes in that song. The melody is really cool too. Do 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 do. It's really it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
man.
I think it could be played very well on any number of instruments, but that recording
in a completely different time and place.
yeah, that recording is not the best representation of that piece of work. So
no,
now,
I get it. I get it.
It's funny to look at how many views each track has gotten on YouTube through the.
What does the bat
years.
song have?
I don't know. I'm on to track 15, which has two interesting things about it. Number one, it only has 8 views ever in the history of its presence since 2012.
Must be a great one then.
And it's 5 minutes and 22 seconds.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wait a minute. Let me write down bat song so I don't get ahead of myself in the titling.
The bat song? Bat
yeah,
song?
just bat song. Like
yeah, sure.
Hell's Bells. Was that the name of the one before it? Or Hellos
Bellows.
Hellos.
No, it's not. No, it's Hell's
Is it
Bells.
Hell's Bells after
Hell's
AC/DC?
Bells. Yes, it's Hell's Bells.
Richard Scarry, Future Man, charged by our episode. It's parentheses by our episode. Because you can be charged by a lot of other things. And then the first track that we've covered tonight is,
That's funny.
thank you, Echo. Echo.
Ugh.
All right. Track 15. How far do you think we're going to get into this 5-minute opus?
Not far.
Can you think of what song it is?
No, I cannot.
All right. Here we go. I hope it doesn't have any more distorted Jack Nicholson.
Now that's a good one.
Little toe tapping.
Pretty good stuff.
Not for long.
Truth.
What do we got? 2 of your acoustic guitars, bass, and rain effect?
No, 1 acoustic guitar. Snaps, vocals, and
snaps.
And yeah, rain stick. Right?
No solos. Oh, I hear a little organ.
Here we go, though. We're coming up to a big change.
B part.
Yes, an organ. Chord organ, I believe.
How has this only been viewed 8 times?
I don't know. Here comes the best part. Here.
Let me pause.
Yeah,
there
let's
for
take
second.
let's take a break there.
I was getting very entranced by Rain Effect Part B. Rain Effect, the Rain Effect. Inspired by a rain stick, I believe.
Yeah, well, there's definitely one in there.
An instrument. I think I brought it over, and I think we ended up writing a song that had some sort of rain effect in
Well,
it.
I mean, if you're going to bring over a rain stick, you're going to write a song about rain, right?
Right. Like we'll get to Thunder Tube later,
Yeah, that's true.
where the instrument begat the song. That's right. What other song? Have you ever written a song about the sea wasp called Sea Wasp?
No, but there is one about there is a track. I didn't write it, but there is a song out there that has been written called "The Sea Wasp."
Wow. About your guitar, your custom sound?
Well, the guitar is named after like one of these mythical beasts of the sea, you know. No, I'm not even kidding.
No, I
didn't
got
even-
you.
I only found out about this through somebody else, but there's it's I don't know if it's like some giant squid or octopus or jellyfish or something like that, but it's one of these 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea sized creatures,
Right.
and it's called the Flecker's sea wasp.
By Fleckers.
So that's what's written on the headstock of the guitar is sea wasp by Fleckers. And that's been predominantly the electric guitar that you will hear in the Don Loans project is that guitar.
Dude, and it sounds so good. You've modified it so many times. Sand it.
Hit it with a hammer.
Yeah. You gave it to me once. You're like, I'm done with it. I gave it back to you. Yeah, dude. Remember that? I had it at BTC for a while.
I know. Yeah. I carved it all up.
Oh, man. But here it appears not on the Rain Effect. It's just acoustic guitar.
That's true. And some good, pretty good Spanglish.
Yeah, what are we saying? No hablandigas para ti. You don't get any what?
Well, I don't think it's Ablondigas. I think it's Albondigas. And I think Albondigas is meatballs. So it's no meatballs for you. No albondigas para ti. There's no meatballs for you, or no meatballs for you.
Don't go to the encampment.
Don't go to the meatballs. Don't. No meatballs for your mom. I don't know exactly how that works, but it's basically like no meatballs. And then what's the next phrase?
No hablandigas.
Escúchame, listen to me.
Right.
So no meatballs for you. Listen to me. Because your grandfather is sleeping.
That's very nice.
Porque su abuelo está dormir. That I think loosely translated, that means because your grandfather is sleeping.
What? Why did you do this?
No meatballs for you. Let's see if I can get this. No meatballs for you. Listen to me because your grandfather is sleeping.
Voy a un
campamento. I go to a camp in Buenos Aires.
Right. You need to hear it.
I'm struggling.
The
with
world
last
wants
lyric.
to hear it again.
I'm struggling with the last lyric.
Listen for that aux percussion this time, folks. It's extra cool. Little cha-cha-cha. Oh, it's just instrumental. There's a lot of instrumental. I guess we were thinking about the dance crowd.
Here we go. In Buenos Aires, I want to be asleep.
I want to
That's
go
it.
to the camp and fall asleep.
Well, it's funny because we talked earlier about that your grandfather was asleep.
Right.
So now I want to be asleep.
Is that the effect? That's the rain effect?
I don't know. That's what we said in the Spanglish part.
But then rest of the
I
song.
want to go to a camp in Buenos Aires.
But the rest of the song's about the Hudson.
I know.
Oh, here it is.
A decidedly different take.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Well, it's not the oompa.
Are those spoons?
Sounds like wood. Look out for the rain effect.
Someone has a majestic digital piano sound.
It's a good one.
I wonder what it is. Oh, it's your mom's piano.
You're right.
What a time.
It's a great track. It's a grand old time. What a track. The plate mic.
Yeah.
We must have been singing into the plate mic. We were
Yeah,
singing-
I mean, we were getting better at piling sounds upon each other.
PZM microphone.
Whatever that little clicking is, I didn't appreciate it. And also, there was like an oohing in the breakdown beat
I
part.
didn't appreciate it.
I didn't appreciate that.
Well, you can't go back and undo it, unfortunately. That's what this is all about.
That may or may not be true.
Oh, it's true. There's no going back.
The DLP remix. It could
What,
happen.
through the sessions? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, well, aren't we all? Aren't we all these days?
Got a lot of time on our hands.
That's right.
We should send copies of the sessions out and have other people.
Well, I would like to
mix
have
them.
a Patreon where people could give us money for specific projects. Like, could I please have a remix of Rain Effect without that friggin' spoon sound?
That's a great idea.
Click, 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 click.
I also like, what about sending tracks out for other people to mix that we
Right.
make?
That would be fun.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the Don Loans project presented by so-and-so, you know, like I guess it'd be like having a producer.
Well, unlike DLP Volume 1, the tracks that we've discussed here on DLP Volume 2, episodes 1 and 2 in that sector, these tracks have a new level of complexity. It is not simply spaceship situation or,
there's
you
some,
know.
there's some better songwriting.
Right.
So, yeah, for sure.
Things like the Bat song to me represent use of a lot more instruments than ever before, but in an uncontrolled and untrained fashion, which is okay.
But we've always done a lot of that. Like, there's how many songs can you think of where it was just like, man, I just got this crazy instrument or something, like we should use it tonight, you know?
Right.
And then like that becomes one of the most exciting things about, you know, making the music, which I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah, there will be lots more pieces of gear be discussed.
that'll show up all throughout.
Yeah, like your mom's piano. I think that might be the first track that is represented by your mom's quality digital piano, because
Your mom plays piano.
yeah, you can hear me playing it, and I don't exactly know what I'm doing, and I'm like,
I never liked the action on that piano. I think it's sloppy. Like,
Well,
apparently it can be adjusted, but I'm not a fan.
I did not have a quality instrument at this point in time.
Well, it has good sound. I
Right.
will say that it sounds really good.
Um,
And that thing's like 20 years old, and the samples still sound pretty good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well,
The Kawai, I think it's a Kawai. It's an MP 9000. That's what it is.
MP 9000.
Yeah.
Let's see. I will note that the Ikai AX73 has made many appearances on the tracks that we've discussed in this podcast, like Charged by Our Episode
Hitherto.
and Bat Song.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just sitting there doing filter sweeps because they sound awesome.
Yeah, but it couldn't stay in tune for more than a minute and a half.
No, and then I had it repaired. Now it's like it's kicked itself into monophonic.
Really?
It is tunable and sounds amazing, except it's in one note at a time. But that's okay.
How much polyphony is it supposed to have?
It depends on how you stack the voices.
But how many can it have?
1, 3, or 6.
And then it splits up the keyboard depending?
No, you could play 6 notes at a time.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Your 6 fingers on one hand.
Well, six note polyphony is pretty good. I mean, that's
Used to be. Now we're down to uno.
uno.
No hablandigos para Ikai. That's okay. I'm sorry. That
Man.
really caught you off guard.
You got me. That was great.
What other instruments have we heard on these tracks? The red bass must be
the red
said.
bass. It's got to be everywhere too.
I think the red bass is on every track. And by red bass, I refer to a bass that was sold to me by a now ex-girlfriend my senior year. And it carried the same strings on it for like a decade.
I was very adverse to changing the strings on that bass.
Yeah, and I used to have the strings framed on my wall when we finally did change them. And then it had like a screw in the neck. You put a screw there because it was going to split.
We did a bunch of weird things to that thing, but I don't think we fucked it. I think we kept it going.
Oh, it always kept going.
Yeah, that bass was more like a mechanic special. But it worked. It worked great, man.
It did work great.
The red bass. Yeah, that's now. Here's the burning question in all the listeners' minds, I'm sure.
Where is it?
Did you buy the bass while you were still with the girlfriend, or did you buy the bass afterwards?
No, she sold me the bass while we were together.
And then you kept the bass.
And then after we broke up, she said, "Hey, can I have that money for the bass?"
There you go.
And I said,
There
"Yes,
you go.
Yes, you can."
There you go. Real stories of the highway patrol, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness. Isn't that great?
That's great, man. I love that.
Instruments that you heard that we still have. I still have the Hellos Bellows.
Every acoustic guitar you've ever heard on here is the same guitar that I play now.
Right. And that guitar is?
It's a Martin DM, I think. D. It's a mahogany Martin, solid mahogany Martin with a spruce top. I think it's a DM. But it's a 91 or 90, something like that.
Nice. Yeah, it's everywhere. That guitar, it's
starting to sound. It's really starting to sound good now too. Like
nice.
Yeah, it takes like 30 years for that shit.
Do you have a preferred string while we're this deep into the Martin DM?
String? What, for guitars?
No, for your guitar.
Oh, well, I've used all different ones.
I know you have, but which one do you grab? If you were to buy a new set on Amazon,
if I was going to buy a new set today, I don't even know if they still make them. I have a bunch of sets that I bought at one point, like just to have them. And I think they were Elixir Light Nano. No, Elixir Nanos, mediums. Sometimes I run mediums. Sometimes I run lights. But I always think I use the Nano one, which is less of the compound on them. So the compound that they put on them is to try to do away with all of your hand grease.
Right.
It's basically Gore-Tex.
I've got Elixir of some type on my Dobro.
If you're like one of those people that's not going to change your strings too much, and that's definitely me.
Right.
That's the way to go, I think. I think they break in the best and they hold on. I don't break their strings, and I'm pretty hard on guitars and I don't break them. So I bend the neck back and shit. You're like,
dude, I know. I gotta say, every one of these tracks has a level of picking that is accomplished by, hey, I've got a multi-track environment and I can go back through and put a little something in. Some of those riffs I am so more entertained by than the lyrics. I would love to do an instrumental remix of this album.
That'd be cool.
Without lyrics, there's a lot to be done.
Yeah, but there's some good lyrics on this album.
They don't really stand out to me too much, but I don't know. We got one more. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Track 16. Here it is.
I got a friend, his name is Ben. He walks around a TV in a circle again. He's got a friend and he's got a hand. He runs a farm stand around the bend. And he never knows what's gonna happen next. That's good enough. It's good enough. I got a friend named Jane, lives in town, down on the lane. Yeah, she's a fine girl, she's got long hair.
This sucks.
What? What sucks?
This is terrible.
It's not that bad.
No, it's pretty bad.
It's not as bad as some other shit.
I don't know about that.
The Janie Laney rhyme was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Glorious.
This and Richard Scarry are pretty proto-punk. I'm pretty sure you did.
This is nowhere near as good as Richard Scarry.
Take it, boy. Hey!
Yeah, more trickery. It is. It's too much. The one guitar right at the end is pretty good.
Yeah, no, I think it's fun to hear you experimenting with like mixing two different guitars together. It's pretty entertaining. I mean, in the way that my mixing synths together It was a little untrained, but you know,
This is untenable.
it's untenable.
Know what's come of me. 'Cause I left
The drums are fine.
Yeah, the lyrics are terrible.
That's how I felt about
Big
it.
hurry, blah, 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 blah.
was that I took the bus.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
You know, this has like 4,000 hits.
Get out of here.
Sorry, nah.
4,000 hits. Give me a break.
Got 8.
Yeah, it's got literally the number 08, 8 hits.
Number 8. Well, that was quite a rollick through 8 tunes.
Whew, we did it.
What was that called? Me and the Bus?
Me and the Bus.
Me and...
We're doing good on these names, I think.
Yeah, well, that's important.
At the end, we're going to look them all up and see if we were right, because we do have that capability.
That's right. We'll do that on the next episode when we complete the Don Loans Project Volume 2.
True.
Jacob Snyder, Chris Smith, as we walk through our self-titled project
As we walk through ourselves.
in 2005. When you're
Upon
living
whom
in
they ride through the summer.
we're gonna have to do a whole episode to
Bob
explain
Kryza episode.
some things about the connection that we have to Bob the Big Dog Kryza.
We have some
WCZN.
songs. Oh, it's going to be so great. I
More
can't
than
wait.
sports, but one thing at a time. It's
I'm
nice that we're doing this for the listeners.
Got to move forward. I'm so excited to move forward. Enough of this nonsense.
Yeah, and I think we're learning a lot, and I think it is sounding
Sure.
better, just in general. Like,
We're still fucking up the playbacks. We got to figure that out.
well, it's not sounding as good as it could, but people can find the Don Loans Project Volume 2. It's been widely.
If they're within the sound of your voice.
That's right. Click on the sound of my voice and learn more about becoming a member of the Don Loans Project.
No, not a member, but a patron, perhaps.
Patreon.
Patron. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do mixes by request.
Perhaps
I think
you're the
that'd
kind
be
of
cool.
person that needs a special song written for them. You know,
Write me a song on an
Give us-
unbroken spinet.
But give us some details on your life and how things are going. We'll spin you off a song, lickety split.
Give us some details.
All in the YouTube comments. Put your life details in the YouTube comments, and we will write you a song. Absolutely no questions asked.
Yeah, no, I think that would be really funny.
How about that? We'll put that out there. How about that? Can you sign up for that?
Some aspect of what you tell us about yourselves.
Well, I mean, it's
We can't cover everything.
discerning is bad. I mean, it's err on discretion, but you can tell us a weird story and we'll write about it for sure. It's gotta be a good story.
Right. Yeah, we need some good material for our next project. But there's so many projects to go. How many albums do we have?
Geez, I don't even know.
It's got to be a dozen.
Yeah.
That means- I bet we have 10 to go. Let's see if we can name 10 future albums, future man.
Okay.
You got your Rutland album.
Yep. Got Steely Dan.
You got your Don Loans cover, Steely Dan. You got your I Got You tree. Our
Best
cover.
of.
You got your best of the Don Loans project.
I Got You tree. That's
I already said that.
that's a great one.
But your favorite songs.
Your favorite songs, cover album. The Dylan
Yeah, what's the Dylan
Project?
thing called? It's like
Mud on the
Rambling-
Mud on the Tracks.
Mud on the Tracks, Ramblings of a Nobel Laureate, something like that. That's 6. What's the one? Building and Loan,
Building and Loan.
the Christmas album.
Christmas album. There's more, dude. And even after we named them all, that are on YouTube. There will be more.
People know that they're out there.
Always
But wait, we got to name two more. There's a How to Build Your Own Don Loans project,
And an evening
and
with
an
the Don Loans
evening
project.
with the Don Loans project, and
I think we did it.
85 tracks or more bonus.
Of bonus, of alone of
Some of-
bonus.
I must admit, some of the bonus are tracks from DLP2 that were not recognized as being on DLP2 because they haven't been named since 2012.
Well, that's okay.
Woo!
And we bid you good night. It's been
And we bid you good night.
another fabulous episode of the Doncast.
If our words did flow with the gold of sunshine.
Still going, man. Still going, man.